everyone, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're taking a look at the mini plus set of Machine Robo Duel 2. I'm not sure if these are associated with Machine Robo from back in the day, or if they're just called Machine Robot. I'm not really sure. I would assume they have something to do with Machine Robo. But anyway, this is the second set. I missed out on the first set. I was hoping HLJ was going to have them, and I just kind of never showed up. I asked them about it, and they said, sorry. If you had told us ahead of time, we could have, but then they had the second set. So I'm assuming because I asked, they at least got the second set. So I appreciate that. Thank you guys if you're watching. But it's kind of nice because most of the same molds from the first wave are in the second wave. I'm pretty sure that the police car, the train, and the bulldozer were all in the first set. The only difference is there was a plane that's absent and has been replaced by a fire engine. I'm kind of okay with it. The nice thing, or I should say the neat thing about how these work, you can see that there is a kind of good guy and bad guy version of each mold. And you don't know which one's going to be inside. Pretty much everywhere just kind of shows you it's going to be one or the other. So I got a box of these, so I'm hoping that I'll at least have a full set of, good guys and bad guys. So I'll have 8 in total. But I'll have to cross my fingers as I open these boxes. But it's pretty cool. So you have the fire engine, you have the bullet train, the kind of, I think it started out as a police car, but now it's just kind of like crazy color schemes. But I kind of really like the color scheme for this yellow one. And then, of course, the bulldozer, which has fallen over. So I just thought they looked fun. I love, Machine, Robo, Mugenbein, all that stuff. So when I saw these, I wanted to check them out. It's basically just kind of assemble them as one way, take the pieces apart, assemble them another way. That's how they transform. But yeah, they look kind of neat. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to open these up, and I'm going to cross my fingers that I have a complete set of the good and bad. And we'll check these out once I put them all together. Alright, so here are all 8 kits fully stickered and put together. I was able to get a full set for both factions. Now the packaging has them as the Guardians and the Demons. So it is the exact same mold, just in 2 different color variations. One for the kind of good guys, one for the bad guys. We have a fire engine, a bullet train, a car, and a bulldozer. And I was looking it up while I was putting them together. I thought some of these were duplicated from the first wave. The first wave had a very similar car. I would say that's the one that's the most similar. The head is different because it was kind of molded more to be like a police car. There was also a bullet train, but again, the head is different. I'm not sure if the rest of it is the same, but at least some of it has been changed. Obviously, there was no fire engine. There was a plane, and it wasn't a bulldozer. It was actually an excavator, so I always call them scavengers because that's what the Constructicon scavenger was. One of those kind of, I guess, a backhoe with the claw that kind of comes in like that and picks up dirt. So Wave 1 is actually quite different from Wave 2. I thought that they were much more similar than they actually are. But I love these things. These are really fun, fairly easy to put together, fairly easy to sticker. The bulldozers had 2 stickers all told. The rest of these kind of ranged in difficulty. I would say probably the 2 cars had the most stickers, but it's really not a big deal. You can put them together fairly easily. The stickers look really good when finally applied. They just take a little bit of time. And the other thing that's kind of neat, you'll notice these little robots in the back. Each one of these comes with a piece or pieces for this little robot. So the fire engine had the main torso of the robot. That was one piece. Obviously, the bulldozer had the orange arm. The train had the yellow arm. And then the car came with the 2 legs. So you put them all together and you just get this kind of goofy little robot. If you wanted to use this piece in the middle, almost kind of looks like it could be a weapon. So if you wanted your guy to kind of hold that as a weapon, you could probably pull that off. Same with the others. So I just think it's kind of neat. Now, both of these are pretty much the same, except for the colors because of the different color scheme for the various vehicles, robots, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of neat. They come with like a little Build-A-Figure robot. And obviously, these are just pegs. So, you have kind of leg and arm movement, but the head is stuck. It's very, very tiny little head. And then he's got a peg hole in the chest. So I'm just going to go ahead, put these two guys off to the side for now, so we can kind of dive into these 8 guys. All right, so I'm going to go through and kind of give their names. Not that it's too important, but this is Shobosha Robo Red, and Shobosha, if I'm saying that correctly, is a fire engine. I remember that from the fire engine full bottle from Build. This is Yellow Express Robo Doku, maybe just Doc, I'm not really quite sure. This is Rally Car Robo Nabi, and this is Bulldozer Robo Blue, which is kind of funny because he's orange, the other one's blue, but go figure. Then over here, that's the Guardians team. Over here for the Demons team, we have Demon Shobosha Robo Dread, I think. Demon Gray Express Robo Mad. Demon Rally Car Robo Rash, I think that says. Or, hold on, let me read this again. Rash, yeah, I think it's Rash. And then this is Demon Bulldozer Robo Rock. So those are their names. There'll be a quiz later, so if you can remember them, I'm sure I'll forget. But they're very cool, and I wanted to kind of just put these guys together, and I'll show you each of these at the same time. So taking a look here first for Red, and like I said, I'm sure I will forget their names. So you can see that they have little wheels that do spin. I'm not really sure why these are red. I wish they were black, but they were on the same sprue as most of the red pieces, so that's why everything on that sprue was molded in red. But in the fire truck mode, you can move the ladder. These are just on pegs, so they can move independently, or they can move up and down together. You can move these little guns around, which I assume would be water cannons. Now you can probably tell that this is just the head turned around, so that's not hidden very well, but it's not that big a deal because kind of the cannons just rest on top and you have the light bar as part of the head, so not a big deal there. But yeah, very cool. Then you have pretty much the same thing with a fluorescent yellow and a dark blue. I do like the color scheme. I think that's kind of neat. Same articulation. They are literally the exact same mold. So how you transform these, you go ahead and you just unpeg the ladder pieces. Very simple there. You bring this down, and when you get to about a 45-degree angle, you spin it 180 degrees. Then you pull it all the way down, unpeg the legs from each other, and those are actually on ball joints, which is pretty cool. So you just kind of push them apart, pull them apart from each other. Spin the head around 180. Then you take the ladder pieces, which you can see are the hands. You unpeg the gun, and you move it around to the side here, and then you just peg that in right there. Just like that. And there you go. You have your little fire engine robo. I think he looks great. I love the sticker for the face. I think that looks really good. Obviously, head can turn from side to side. Arms move here at the shoulder because it's just on a peg. You do have a waist swivel because of the transformation, and then you have a ball joint there in the hip. Legs are one solid piece. But yeah, I like it quite a bit. For just a cool little candy toy, mini Pla, I really think these are a lot of fun. So I went ahead and I transformed the demon version as well. Really like the sticker for his face as well. Kind of reminds me of Breakdown from the Stunticons because he has like the red face with the blue head. But yeah, definitely very cool. Decent amount of stickers, like I said, but really not too bad to apply because they're a lot of just flat, smooth surfaces, which I really don't mind applying stickers when it's just a nice, flat, smooth surface. They stick well, they stay well. It's not like some Soto figure where it's a crazy, bumpy surface with a lot of detail that's a pain to apply a sticker to. I never understood that. If you know you're going to put a sticker on it, why not just leave it as a flat, smooth surface? Let the sticker be the detail, but whatever. In any case, definitely getting GoBot feels from these guys. They are Machine Robo, so I'm assuming that they are associated with the original, the ongoing, whatever you want to call it, Machine Robo line. Since these are from Bandai, that also kind of lends me to believe that. But very cool. It's kind of like getting little Candy Toy GoBots, which is kind of awesome. And I'm definitely absolutely loving both of these. So I'm going to put these to the back. Next up, we'll take a look at the trains. Very simple bullet trains. This one obviously has a yellow, blue, and gray color scheme. This one has kind of a light gray, dark gray, and red color scheme. This one kind of reminds me of the GoBot home base, which I don't remember what it's called right now, but it had the weird walker legs. Just the color scheme of this one reminds me of that. Very, very cool. They do have some wheels. There's kind of a big wheel here and some little wheels underneath. They don't roll all that well, I'll be honest. The Candy Toy wheels don't really spin all that much. You're kind of just moving it across the surface, but it's not a big deal. It's fine. Transformation is very simple. You pull off this whole section, lift off the sword right there, or apparently fling it towards the camera, whichever you prefer. Then you're going to go ahead and just separate the legs. They're just pegged in here, so they're just literally just a peg that just swivels. But that's it for that. You're going to take this piece, split it apart, pull the head out, peg that into the top. Then you're going to take the two sections of the front of the bullet train, and you'll see that they have a peg on the side. So you just peg those in as arms. And then you can take the sword and peg it in there on the side of the hand, just like that. So there you go. You can see the big guardian symbol, which is pretty cool. Articulation-wise, again, head can turn from side to side, arms spin on the peg, and then that hip pin that I showed you. Legs are one solid piece. These pieces move, but I don't really even know why. They're just kind of on there. But again, decent stickers. I think the color scheme really works. I like the sticker for the head. I think that looks good. Very simple, but I like the sword. I think that's a nice touch. And yeah, really, really liking this mold for the train. Went ahead and transformed the demon version as well. As you can see, the stickers for the head are pretty similar. The faces look pretty similar. Both have a red visor. Pretty much the same kind of faceplate for the mouth. But yeah, color schemes look great. Stickers look good. Really like that D they use for the demon symbol. I think that looks really neat. And again, I think the color schemes for both of these work really well. And I love the swords. I think the sword is a really nice touch. So I'm going to move these guys on, and we'll come up to the cars, the rally cars. They're definitely meant to look like race cars. They have the numbers. He's 33. He's 7. It says Machine Robot. It says Team Guardian there. This guy, I believe, says Team Demon. There you go. So again, it has wheels, but they don't spin so great. They don't really... I mean, you can see the front one there kind of spinning, the back one not so much, so it's not really that important. Transformation, you're going to actually lift out this entire section. You're going to unpeg this section. You're going to unpeg the legs from each other, and you can see that there's actually a gun stored in there, which is pretty cool. There's like a little revolver type gun, which I believe is left over from, like I said, this mold was kind of slightly remolded, but it was originally a police car. You're going to take this, and this pegs in right there. Then you're going to take this and split it apart. Pull out the head again. Pop that into the top right there. And then just peg on the arms, as we've pretty much been doing this whole time. And then we're going to go ahead and plug the revolver into his hand. And there you go. So again... sticker for the head, very cool. The head's molded very nicely. This one has a lot of stickers because you can see there's stickers on the wheels, which I have to say they don't stick all that great on the wheels, but everything else really does. Tons of stickers on the kind of front of the car, all around the wheel well and everything. You have some stickers here on the arms, on the kneecaps, on the side of the car. But like I said, once you're all done, it looks very good. This has a peg system for the hip, very similar to how the train works. And then you have just this rotates on a peg and head rotates on a peg. So not a ton of articulation, but again, I feel like that's all you really need for these. You have a hip. He could actually rotate at the waist as well because of how he transforms. So yeah, I really like the car. The car is I don't want to say my favorite out of the four, but he's definitely probably, he's up there. I don't know. They're all really good. I'm actually really enjoying all of these. Went ahead and transformed the demon version. As you can see, the base coloring is pretty much the same, that dark gray. But instead of fluorescent yellow, he's got just kind of a light gray, a little bit of purple from the stickers. The face is just a solid red. He's just got a giant visor face, which I have to say definitely reminds me of like the Renegades, or I think that's what they called the villain GoBots back in the day. So definitely reminiscent of old like evil machine robo stuff from Bandai. But yeah, again, it looks really good. I think the color scheme works. It seems like the bad guys have very much like dark blue and light gray and dark gray for the overarching color scheme. I would like to see maybe a little bit more as far as different colors goes, and maybe, if I'm hoping they do a third wave of these, because I definitely am addicted to these now. Stickers look good. Really happy with these. Both of these guys look pretty excellent, and I love the gun that it comes with. I think that's really cool. So moving these guys to the outside, we'll bring up our last two. The Bulldozer. Love the orange on this. It's a really nice pop of color. Love the orange. The dark blue works too, but again, I feel like the bad guys are really relegated to like 3 different colors for their palette, so we'll see how it goes. Transformation for this, you want to go ahead and split. It's a little bit tough to do. Split the Bulldozer shovel here in the front like that, and you can kind of bend it out if that helps a little bit. You're going to pretty much take the whole thing apart. This unpegs, this unpegs. You're going to unpeg these black pieces. You can see there's a ball joint here, and that was pegged in there. So you have to unclip that, and then this kind of back shovel piece is another ball joint that unpegs from the chest. And you can see there's the head. Kind of simplistic, but I like it. You're going to take these back, and now you're going to put the ball joint in this one here. So pop that on. Pop that on. These shovel pieces you can see are now your arms. So you're going to peg those on there like that. And then you can actually put this in the fist as a weapon. There you go. So again, kind of simplistic head sculpt, or I should say the sticker for the head. But it's literally just the head and then this G here on the chest. It's the only 2 stickers for this guy. Head doesn't move at all, but you have a movement there in the shoulder. You actually get elbow articulation for this guy, which is pretty cool. And then you have a ball joint in the hip. And I think he does have a waist movement as well. So pretty decent articulation. I like having the pieces of the shovel as shoulder pads. I think that looks really cool. And I love the elbow articulation on this guy. And I really like the orange wheels in the black treads. I don't know why, it just really pops, and I love that color. And I think the black and the orange look really good together, so definitely a big fan of this guy as well. So went ahead and transformed the demon version. It's kind of a purplish dark blue, like an indigo. Again, love that demon symbol. Head, pretty much exactly the same face for the sticker there, just in different colors. And again, same articulation. I think it looks pretty good. I like the orange better, but I think the blue also works. So yeah, these guys, like I said, I'm definitely addicted to these guys now. I'm going to try to zoom out and see if I can get them all to stand without falling over. But yeah, these are they're a ton of fun. I really love these guys quite a bit. I'm going to have to track down Wave 1 that I missed, because they're fun to build. The stickers are not too daunting. The transforming back and forth is really not difficult, and they're just super fun. They're just really fun. I don't know, it's like getting little candy toy GoBots or Transformers, and they look great. Nice articulation for their size, and like I said, easy to put together, easy to sticker. So I love them. Let me know what you guys think. Oh, let me bring in the little robots. I mean, the little Build-A-Figure robots. Come on, how unnecessary is that? It's just a cool little bonus. So I think they're great. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.